For this proposal, we analyzed the agiou dimitriou square. It is located at the northeast of the Acropolis in Athens. Inventory we found when visiting the place in April were 2 independent toilets, bus stop, and kiosk, which created a weird puffer zone between the square and the street, a rarely used street in front of. The cafes, not shaded seating opportunities, a zone for sitting down that belongs to the cafes but is separated from them by the mentioned street, and an open space right in front of a church. Those observations are noted in the inventory ground floor. The square functioned in its own way, but was not something we found enjoyable when visiting. So we thought about what is missing. Based on our earlier analysis, that would be a zoning that fits perfectly the needs of people that are using the square daily, as well as something that makes people want to visit the square because they enjoy it and not just go there because it is the only offer nearby. The zoning we developed consists of 4 separate areas. Those are greenery, market, amphitheater, and playing area. For the greenery zone, we took over part of the road. The reasons for this were to achieve a traffic-calmed area. The square should focus on the people enjoying it rather than hearing the big, loud road constantly in the background. This also helps eliminate the weird buffer zone between the original square and the street. This area contained toilets, a deposit container, and a kiosk. Another decisive feature we observed while analyzing the square was an axis that went right through the square in front of the church. It was formed by the most used crossing point and connects 2 streets on the left and right of the square. This observation we took as a starting point. Along this axis, we developed a structure that offers qualities such as providing flexible shade, as you can see in the model, and a platform for various daily offers. In order to demonstrate that, we drew an axonometry that shows the different situation the square can transform in. Firstly, there are the different kind of markets. They are the main events of the square. The delivery takes place by trucks driving into the delivery zone, which we placed right next to the developed construction. That way, the sellers do not have to carry their goods for a big distance. The different kind of markets are possible because we developed 4 different modules that can be put away into the storage room when not needed and taken out of the storage room and being reorganized when it's time for a different market. That would be an example for such module. It is a plug-in system made out of steel. The pieces are stored with a short instruction sheet. That way, the modules are not tied to one specific seller, and different vendors can use the same module. They can choose the modules that they want to use depending on the exact location that they want to sell at. The module can either be placed independently on the square or hooked into the structure. When everything is set up, for example, for the food market, it can look like as seen in the collages. Visitors that just bought food from the market go upstairs to the 2nd floor and sit down to eat. Another type of market would be the flea market. Flea markets are often more unstructured, aiming to create a relaxed atmosphere where people can enjoy browsing by creating their own path. This different situation that contrasts with the organized food markets need a different organization. The section extends on the same route as the axis. It cuts right through the market with the modules, which can also regulate the space in between for walking. Happenings that can take place on the evenings and on Sunday, when there is no market, include sports games. The integrated sports field with a suitable surface provides space for football or basketball. The 2nd floor of the structure serves as a grandstand for the audience to watch the games. Next to that multi-purpose space, we placed an amphitheater under the tallest roofing, in front of the side entry of the church. The amphitheater creates a platform for concerts or events with an audience. The audience sits on the stairs, while being presented something in the middle of the amphitheater. It also creates a nice, shaded area for religious services. The priest standing in the middle of the amphitheater can conduct a service for children, or move the actual church service outside. In the center of the amphitheater, water is also being brought to the surface, not only because water brings people together, but also to create a place for cooling down or stay cool during religious services. It is easy for the water to get there because this area is placed on the lowest point of the square, as you can see in the section. The area is slightly moved away from the church, which creates an open space right in front of the entry. It creates a space for gathering and interacting. Thank you for listening to our presentation of this proposal that is part of Studio Athens.